Alright guys, I'm really excited to bring you this review. Another arcade machine that joins my collection today. It is another one from Arcade1up, and just all about that Marvel life now, just like a lot of other people are recently. And this arcade machine is something that I really wanted to have, and I really hoped actually turned out well, because I really wanted it as part of my collection because of how big of a fan I am of Marvel, and how good the game actually is, Marvel Superheroes, and the Punisher and stuff like that. So, we're going to take a look at the arcade machine and see if it held up to my expectations, and see if it's something I recommend to you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here we are with the Marvel Superheroes Arcade1up machine. As you can see here, giving you a look into the top bar, so you can see that this is a light up marquee. If I turn off the lights for you guys, so you guys can get a look of what it looks like at night. So this is it lit up, and that comes standard with the special edition Marvel arcade machine, which they're currently selling at the Arcade1up website. It's still in stock, and it is a limited number. I don't know when they're actually going to run out, but there is a limited number to them, and you'll see that in a minute. But here is the arcade machine, and you can see here the buttons and the design of the comic book strip here for the controls, which is really nice. You can see how that is right there. And then the yellow trim, which is what makes it the special, one of the features that makes it the special edition, is this yellow trim, because the ones at Walmart and stuff are being sold in blue. And this one, besides the light up marquee, that's one of the other things as far as the design goes. And then also this artwork here on the side of the actual box is also limited to the limited edition, like the actual artwork itself. So you can see how that is on either side. And one of the other things that they added to the actual arcade machine for the limited edition is that these buttons here are the Swanza buttons that everyone's obsessed with. And you can tell the quality of these controls are definitely better than what they were, you know, when Arcade1up first started making arcade machines, versus like the Street Fighter 1 and the Mortal Kombat ones and things like that. So they're definitely better quality than those by a long shot. These are the arcade controls that I hope they continue using going forward. Now, as far as the games go, we have 3 games here. You can see it's Marvel Superheroes, and X-Men, and the Punisher. Those are the 3 that come in here. Marvel Superheroes obviously being a fighting game, X-Men, Children of Atom, also a fighting game, and then the Punisher being a side-scrolling beat-em-up. Something else to mention here as well that they did a really good job with is the screen quality. The screen quality is the best it's ever been, right next to the Star Wars cabinet that we did a review on this channel as well. It looks really sharp, really bright, great viewing angles, all that stuff really makes this one of the better machines, one of the best machines that they've made to date as far as Arcade1up goes. And so let's get into some gameplay here. So let's start off with Marvel Superheroes. I'll come with the volume button here. It used to be a rocker, now that you can only set to either off, medium, or high. Now you can actually rock this back and forth and actually set it to a certain volume. So let's set this to 8 so it's not too loud. See how that sounds. Hit the player 1 button. Now, I'm not going to be very good at playing this game because I don't have a gigantic tripod set up. Let's actually raise this to, slowest this to 5 or 4. So I'm not going to be able to play this very well, but you'll get the idea basically. So let's pick a character here. Let's go with Wolverine. Select normal. And it might not come across in the video, but the screen, like I said, looks outstanding. The colors and how nice this screen looks with this game, it looks great. So this is a great game that everyone you know knows from their childhood and the arcade machines and stuff, and really plays really well, especially with these controls and stuff that we talked about before. It just plays outstanding with these controls, and really, really fun to play. I want to just use the speed up. I just got that back. Got the KO. But that gives you an idea of what that game is like. If you want to hold to actually get back to the main menu, actually hold player 1 and player 2 together, and that will put you into the main menu again. So you can see it goes back, and then it goes you back right into the main menu. So that's how you get back to the main menu on that. So let's try X-Men. Like I said, this is also a fighting game. I should have probably used someone different than Wolverine in the other one. Because Wolverine's the guy I play in here too, but for the sake of showing someone else. I'll show Colossus instead. Oh, we're playing Wolverine. Like I said, don't mind how bad I am at this game. I'm normally bad, but this is really bad, only because I'm playing with one hand. It didn't work out so well for me. This isn't also the game I played the most as far as what I played as a child. It was definitely the Marvel one. So I'm definitely a lot worse at this one than the other one. And I think that's already showing. I got wrecked in this one. Completely wrecked. Also playing with one hand, but still. So that is what that game is like. So let's go ahead and shoot back to the main menu. And now let's try the Punisher. You can play the Punisher and Nick Fury as player 2 here. A lot of the stuff is interactive as far as like the stuff you're picking up and the objects. Breaking the chair on them and stuff. Kind of stuff like that. Grab the pizza. Can pick up the weapons from the guys that drop them and stuff. So some really cool objects that you can pick up. This is a classic beat 'em up. But some cool interactive objects that you can actually use. Got the baseball bat there. That gives you guys an idea of what the game is like. One of the other things I wanted to show you guys as well is the exclusivity that I was talking about before. I have it taped to the back, so I don't want to take it out, but basically you can see you get a certificate of authenticity. I decided to tape it to the back so it would never get lost. And you can see the limited number there. I don't know if you can actually see it through the light, but it's out of 8,000 that they made. I don't know if that's actually come across in the video. And I have 3,800 and something, I believe. So you do get an exclusive, a numbered item, which people like when it comes to collectibles and stuff. So that's cool that it has that. But guys, that is an overview of what the arcade cabinet looks like. Here, I forgot to show you guys the actual side art. That would have been bad. Here's a complete side art here. That would have been bad if I would have missed showing you that. And it's the same on the other side as well. So you can see that there. So yeah, let's get to the table now. Let's break this all down and talk about it and see what I think overall about this Marvel arcade machine from Arcade1up.
Alright guys, so that was a review on Marvel Superheroes Arcade1up's arcade machine. This one is obviously in the same vein as far as like, the quality, because it's now been like 2 to 3, or this is the 3rd generation line for them. So Star Wars and Marvel being ones that just came out in that line. So really happy with the way that this one came out. You guys can see the quality in this one, being that it is a special edition. You got the yellow trim on the side, which is really cool, adds that flair to it. You have the joystick buttons that we talked about, and those things, the Swanza buttons that everyone loves, are here. I wish every arcade machine had that from Arcade1up. Maybe we'll see that going forward. I don't know if they'll actually do that, but they feel awesome. They're definitely better than what the original arcade machines, Arcade1up machines came with, especially like the Street Fighter one and stuff like, and the Mortal Kombat ones for sure. So the sticks feel great. Custom riser that we saw, awesome custom riser. You know, they did a really good job with that. The fact that it's, you know, exclusive to, like, this design is exclusive to the limited edition is obviously also cool. The screen is obviously really good. You know, the same quality screen as what the Star Wars one has. It looks really sharp, looks really bright. Much better than the first ones that came out. So outstanding job with this one. This is like I said, between this and Star Wars, they did an outstanding job. I hope that all of them follow the quality of what these ones did, because these two are awesome. Between the artwork on the sides, on the front, between the control sticks, between the light up marquee, between the quality of how good the screen is, and of course how much fun the game is to play. Because I did a solid job picking 3 really good games on this one. They hit it out of the park with this one. I think this is their best arcade machine, standard arcade machine that they've made, right next to Star Wars, and I can't wait to see what they have in the lineup when they go to CES in early 2020 to see what we're going to get. My hope is that they release something with a different control scheme, because that's the only ones I actually want to collect. In the realm of, like, Star Wars, I hope they release something like maybe with a racing wheel on it, or light guns, something like that will make it cool and interesting to have, because it controls differently than all the other ones. Because obviously you guys saw I did a full arcade machine review of Rec Room Master, so I have technically all the games already, you know, on MAME and stuff like that. So I have no interest in buying a Street Fighter cabinet or anything like that, because I already have those games and I can already play those on a 32-inch screen that plays awesome. So what I'm looking for now from Arcade1up, and I think a lot of people are too, is if it's not one that you're buying to mod, if they want to sell more than one to a person who's going to mod them, now you need to go into, like, things that make them different. So Star Wars, awesome, because the control's different, and you can't play that as well without a yoke, so that will never leave my collection. And Marvel is in my collection only for the sole reason of how much of a big Marvel fan I am, so this one will never leave my collection either, and also, of course, how great of a job they actually did with it. But I don't want just this. Like I said, I want now, give me a racing wheel, give me a racing type one, give me a light gun one, something different that controls with all the other ones, so I have a reason to have it in my collection. So I hope that's what they lean into, because I think that's what they're going to sell more of when they do stuff like that. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens in 2020. Guys, if you guys have any questions about the arcade cabinet in any sort of way, or any questions for me, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
GamingTechie is the gaming tech, GamingTechie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, GamingTechie is the gaming